Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sally and this is my channel, The Secret Life of a Seamstress, where I talk all about sewing, knitting, crochet, crafting and making a handmade wardrobe. Thanks so much for joining me today and I really hope you're all doing well. So today's video is going to be the second in my Declutter Your Sewing Life series or mini-series. And today I'm going to be decluttering my wardrobe. So this is always such a big job for me. I do tend to store my clothes seasonally, so I have all of the clothes out that I need for the season that we're in. And at the moment here in the UK, it's May. We're coming into spring, not that you'd know it from the weather that we've had. It's still been pretty chilly and quite rainy and horrible. There's not been a lot of sun, but nonetheless, we are going into summertime. So the time has come for me to swap over my clothes, to put away all of my sort of bigger winter clothes and to get out some of my summer clothes. So this year I really want to be really analytical about what is and isn't working for me in my summer wardrobe. So as you can probably imagine, I do have a lot of clothes, and particularly summer clothes, because I love to make dresses. I also love to make sort of floaty tops and blouses and things like that. So my summer wardrobe is pretty huge. But last summer I did realise that a lot of my summer clothes weren't getting reached for as much as maybe they had been in previous years. So I think this time when I do the switch over, I'm going to be really thoughtful and really try to focus on what I know I will be reaching for and what I know I want to wear. So I'm going to film some of the sorting process, and then at the end I thought I would just share with you some of my favourite spring and summer pieces and how I'm planning to wear and style them this year. So as with the pattern sorting, if you do fancy sorting your own wardrobe along with me, then please do. I'd love to have the virtual company. Let me know in the comments if you do plan to do that and let me know how you get on. So before I get started, I'm just going to share with you what I'm wearing today, and what I'm wearing is actually an Ogden cami, but over the top of it I have a really lovely new cardigan. I was kindly sent a couple of clothing pieces from a really lovely company called Lily Silk. So this is actually quite a new company to me. I hadn't heard of them before, but I'm really glad to have discovered them. So today I'm actually wearing over the top of my Ogden cami cashmere cardigan. It's 100% cashmere, so it's really soft and really cozy, but what I really like about it is that it's actually really light to wear. So I think this is going to be a really good piece for spring and summer. I think it will go really nicely in those months where it's still a little bit chilly, but you kind of want to wear your spring and summer clothes. So I think it will go really well over dresses, and also pair really nicely with, say, sapphire trousers or floaty skirts as well. So as you can see, the garments that they sent to me were really beautifully packaged. And what I love about Lily Silk is their commitment to zero waste. So you'll all know that I'm definitely not 100% handmade wardrobe type of a girl. I do love my ready-to-wear clothing, but recently I've been really trying to think very carefully about the ready-to-wear clothing that I'm bringing into my wardrobe. If I'm bringing in something new, I want it to be really high quality, and I also want it to be, as far as possible, as sustainable as possible. And I know that I'm not perfect at that by any means. I'm still trying to learn a little bit more about sustainable clothing, but it's definitely something that I'm trying to be more conscious about and that I'm trying to change in my own wardrobe. And I know a lot of you feel that way too, so I thought you might really enjoy hearing a bit more about Lily Silk. So with every piece of clothing that they make, Lily Silk are really careful at calculating the amount of fabric that they need, and anything that's left over they've actually made into a zero waste range. They also have a range of smaller items like silk scrunchies, and because they're silk they don't snag or pull the hair in any way, so they're really good for sleeping in as well. Lily Silk are also partnered with TerraCycle, who are a social enterprise committed to reducing wastage. So anything that Lily Silk can't use, they pass it on to TerraCycle, who then make it reusable. The second item that I was kindly sent to try out was this short-sleeved silk knit t-shirt. So this is made from 100% mulberry silk, and it's a knit t-shirt top with a scoop neck. I loved this because I thought it would pair really nicely again with summer wear like floaty skirts and wide leg trousers, also shorts and jeans and things like that as well. And again, it will go really nicely under my hand knitted cardigans and under shirts too. If you'd like to pop over and have a look at the Lily Silk website, they've given me a code for 12% off of any purchases on the website using the code Sally. So I'll be sharing a little bit more later on about how I'm planning to incorporate these two pieces into my wardrobe. But for now, let's get started on the sort out. I'm going to go upstairs and take you with me. So first of all, I just pulled everything out of the wardrobe and put it onto my bed. So once everything was out on the bed, it was then time to delve into the vacuum bag, which was under my bed, and that was full of summer clothes. So here is the bag of doom. I hate seeing all my clothes like this, but at the moment I just feel as though there isn't any other way to store out of season things. So I do tend to vacuum them, but I hate it when you get them out and everything is so creased up. So I'm just going to go through everything now. Some of it will be too summery actually to get out right now, but I'm going to have a think about some of the things that I could maybe style with other things like cardigans and trainers and things, so that I can just bring a little bit of spring into my wardrobe. These sapphire trousers are on their last legs, but I love them so much. The elastic is going and they're getting really baggy, but I can't quite bring myself to get rid of them just yet. I think they might be okay, maybe for another summer. Okay, so pretty much everything is out that I wanted to get out now and go through. So I've made a pile of jumpers that I think are too warm to wear at the moment, and they will either need to go in the loft or under the bed again. I don't really want to vacuum pack my hand knit garments because I think that would just ruin them. So I've got a couple of bags from IKEA. They're just zip closure ones, and I think they will be better for storing sort of handmade things that are too thick now to wear for springtime. So I think they're going to go in the loft. And then I've kept out some sort of thinner knits like cardigans and things that I think will go nicely over dresses and things like that. And then I've been through the vacuum bag of doom and pulled out dresses and skirts and things that I think will pair well for this season. So I'll just show you a little bit about those in a minute, but what I wanted to just talk about is I said I was going to be ruthless about what I feel I am and am not wearing. When I was going through that vacuum bag, I came across a few dresses and things that I just feel as though I've kind of grown out of style-wise, and it makes me really sad. So do you remember my stage of making 1000 Darling Ranges dresses? I came across these today, so this is one of them, and I absolutely love this dress when I made it, and I still do really. But I just feel as though this kind of dress I'm just not wanting to wear at the moment. It's a sort of fit and flare type dress, and I just feel like it's not really my style so much anymore. I know last summer I did get these Darling Ranges dresses out. I've got quite a few. They're all quite similar. Some have sleeves and some don't, but I didn't wear any of them last summer. And as I say, I think that's because my style has just changed and I was wearing more midi length things. So midi length skirts, midi length dresses, trousers and things like that as well, and they were really cool and really floaty for the summertime, and I just felt like they suited my style and what I'm wanting to wear a bit more now. So these didn't get worn last year, but don't worry, I'm not going to get rid of them or anything. They're definitely going to be staying with me, but I just wonder if I might pack them away somewhere else so that they're not in my wardrobe making me feel guilty. I do really agree with the kind of Marie Kondo way of decluttering actually, when you look at something and say whether or not it sparks joy in you, and I try to think that way about my wardrobe because I have such minimal space. I really want to look in there and just see things that I love and see things that I know that I want to wear, and that does mean being quite ruthless, but it does also mean actually of course that I need to find somewhere else to store the things that I'm not having in my wardrobe that I don't want to get rid of, so that needs to be thought about. So I think I'm pretty much sorted. I've put to the side everything that is going in some way or another. I have put aside some things to declutter, which I will talk to you about at the end of the video, but for now I'm just gonna put everything back into the wardrobe and see how that's looking. So while I was just sorting, I decided to try a few things on. So here I just put on my bunny skirt with basically what I was wearing earlier with my jeans, and I really like how this looks for spring. I think just adding the skirt instead of jeans, it just makes it feel a little bit more spring-like. Next I tried on my sapphire jumpsuit because this one hasn't been out for a while. I really do like this one actually. I didn't wear it much last year, but I think this one might be coming out for this year. Just a little tip from the sapphire jumpsuit, you find the same. It's quite gapey around here, so I've just added a little press stud here to keep it together, and I really like how this looks actually with trainers, so I think this one will be a good one for spring. This saltwater slip hasn't had a lot of wear yet because I made it at the end of autumn time, so I think I need to definitely get it out a bit more when it gets a little bit warmer here. But yeah, it'll be a good one for wearing with trainers and sandals as well. So everything is back in its place now and hanging nicely, so you can see what I mean. I don't have any full length hanging space, so everything is folded over on these sort of velvet hangers, which I got from HomeSense. I think they're really good. They don't take up a lot of space at all, and they don't snag things because they're velvet, so I really do like those. I've got sort of activewear and leggings and things in those boxes, and pyjamas, and then above that I've got my knitwear. So on the far left there, that's a few jumpers that are still for sort of warmer or colder weather, I should say. They're quite warm, so they might end up going away eventually. And then I've just got cardigans, lots of cardigans, and some hand knits in there, and some ready to wear as well. Okay, so I'm back downstairs now. I have a bit more space down here, and I feel as though it's a little bit lighter to kind of film in the dining room. So that does feel so much better now. I'm really glad I got everything out and went through it, and it was really nice to get my summer clothes out as well and have a few more sort of spring type outfits to wear, and doing the little outfit try on was really helpful as well. Sometimes I think it's really nice to do that, to sort of try on different things and see how you can combine different pieces and how they work together for you. So I hope that was helpful to see, and I definitely feel lighter in my mind now that that's done, and everything in my wardrobe feels nice and tidy. Like all the knitwear is folded up nicely now, whereas it was kind of getting a bit messy and out of hand. So yeah, I'm really glad that's done. So I have a little pile of things that I'm considering decluttering or passing on now, so I thought I would just quickly go through those with you. So I'm not quite sure what to do with these things yet. Some of them do have memories, like this one that I'm going to show you. This one has been appearing back in my wardrobe for a lot of spring and summer times, and I haven't really worn it for quite a while now, so I thought maybe it was time to let go. But this was one of my first makes actually. It's a Sew Over It shift top. So this was one of my most favourite makes in the beginning of my sewing journey. I absolutely loved making it, and I really enjoyed wearing it as well. So the inside of this isn't overlocked because I made this before I had an overlocker. So as you can probably see, the insides are getting a little bit worse for wear now. So I could overlock them, but actually I'm just feeling as though this isn't really something that I want to wear anymore. So I think I'm going to put that in the memory box. This one is going as well because even though I do actually love this top, the fabric just doesn't work for me. It's made from a polyester, it's staticky, and it just doesn't really feel that nice on, which is a shame because I do really like the colours in this. This is an Ebon tee by Sew Explicit Patterns. I really do love this pattern. It's a really good one, really quick and easy to sew, and it's just a nice one to pair with jeans and things. This kind of polyestery fabric just doesn't really feel nice on for me, so I'm going to pass that one on. This one again has been in my spring and summer wardrobe for a few years now. I made this quite a few years ago. It's a Tilly and the Buttons Mimi blouse, and I do really like it and I really enjoyed sewing it. I just don't really wear it very often, and I think it's just the style, it just feels a little bit too smart for me at the moment. Again, I don't really want to get rid of this because it holds memories again. I think I remember myself sewing it and in COVID times, and we were all at home and I didn't really have much else to do other than sew, and I just really enjoyed sewing it. It was a bit of escapism and it was fun to make, and I do really like this pattern. It's quite a vintage style pattern. Nonetheless, I'm just not really reaching for it at the moment, so I think that might be a memory box one as well. I say memory box, I don't have a memory box. It's probably going to be the loft, but I don't want to get rid of it is what I'm saying. And then this one as well, this is a Sew Over It Libby shirt. I really like the style of the Libby shirt, but something about it is just not working for me. So I've made the smallest size here, and even though it is the smallest size, it's quite massive. So I just don't feel comfortable in it. I'm always yanking it around and pulling it up and trying to tuck it in because it's quite cropped. So I just think the boxy style of this isn't working, which is a shame again because lovely fabric. I do really like this fabric, but it might be time to pass that one on or maybe use the fabric for scraps or something. This one again is another Sew Over It shift top. So this has been in my summer wardrobe for a good few years now, and I'm just finding that I'm just reaching for other tops over this, and I don't necessarily want to wear this one anymore. This is another bubble crepe actually, a polyester sort of bubble crepe. So maybe it's something about the fabric there that isn't really making me want to wear it. Doesn't feel particularly nice. It's quite sweaty on a hot day. So I think this one is going to be passed on. I think I'm really noticing actually how much types of fabric are affecting me now. I'm really wanting to wear things that are really nice to wear, really breathable, really comfortable to wear. And I think earlier on in my sewing journey, I just used to go for cheap fabrics because I was too scared that I would mess things up and waste the fabric. Now I'm a bit more confident. I'm definitely sort of wanting to sew things from more quality fabrics, and I've spoken about that before. Okay, so these two Billy sweatshirts. So you'll know that I've been back and forth again over the Billy sweatshirt by Tilly and the Buttons because I really want to love it. I have two here. So I have this one, which has the balloon sleeve at the bottom, but not at the top. And I have this tunic length Billy dress as well. So these have been in my wardrobe for quite a while, in my winter wardrobe, but I just don't wear them, and I've been wanting to try them. I left them in the wardrobe for winter to see if I would wear them, but I just don't. And something about the Billy sweatshirt and dress just doesn't work for me. It's something to do with the fitting. I don't know. So I don't particularly like the balloon sleeve at the top. I do like it at the bottom. I could possibly use the Billy pattern in other ways, but I think as it is as a sweatshirt, there are other sweatshirt patterns that I know suit me better. So although I could make all the adjustments I need to make it fit better, it just doesn't seem worth it when I have other patterns that suit me better. And I think particularly with the dress version of the Billy, now that I've got the South Bank sweater dress, which I know that I love and is a really easy sew, I just don't feel as though I want to bother with making all of those adjustments and changes. So I think these two are going to be passed on. There's nothing really wrong with them. I'm happy with how I made them and everything, but I think they just don't fit me great. So maybe someone else would enjoy wearing them more than me. This version actually, I do really like. I think I've just made it in maybe the wrong fabric. It's very thick and sweatshirty, so the sleeves do feel quite huge. And again, I still have the same problem with the neck in that feels too high and it wants to flop forward, so I probably need to make some adjustment to the shoulder fitting or something to make the Billy work for me. And then lastly, I'm not quite sure about this one. This is my Tammy handmade Hayley robe, which I love, and I really love the fabric of this in terms of the print, but it's made from a 100% cotton, so quilting cotton, and I don't always really like to wear cotton in a long sleeved garment. So although I do love the design of this and the fabric, I'm not really reaching for it to wear as a dressing gown or a robe. So at the moment that's going to go to one side. I'm not going to have it in my wardrobe to make me feel guilty, but I'm not going to get rid of it either because, as I say, I do like the fabric, so maybe I can use it for something else. I do love the Hayley robe as a pattern, and I've actually got some fabric ready to make another Hayley robe, so it's not the pattern at all there. I think it's just that I've used the wrong type of fabric. If this was a viscose or a knit fabric or something, I think it would work a lot better for me. So that one is going to go to one side at the moment as well. Okay, so that brings me to the end of my wardrobe sort out. I feel so relieved that that's done now. It always feels like such a big job. I think it's because I hate sorting out the vacuum bags. But yeah, it feels so much nicer now and I'm looking forward to dressing for spring. So if you decluttered your wardrobe along with me, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to pop over and check out Lily Silk as well and their beautiful range of clothing. And don't forget too that you can claim a 12% discount using my code Sally, which I'll leave here, and I'll also leave the link and all of the details in the description below this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like as well. I'll be putting out the next video in my Declutter My Sewing Life series next weekend, and next weekend I will be giving you a little tour of my small sewing space and showing you how I store everything, where I keep everything and how I keep everything, as well as having a little tidy up as well. So I'll leave the video here, so thank you so much for watching again. Have a lovely day and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!